Navey Skinner was my neighbor for a few years. She had problems. I have a lot of memories of her. Unfortunately, a lot of my memories of her revolve around toxic and violent men, destructive relationships. But the main thing coming to my mind right now is that she would always come and check in with me and ask me, "Will you be my friend?" She would tell me that she's going to get clean someday. And she knew that when she did, she needed a clean friend. She would say, "You will be my friend, right?" And I always said yes. And I guess she just didn't get there while she lived here. The last time she has been seen by anyone was May 1st, 2024. She had left this complex long before that. She moved out. I'm really unsure of when. There was a lot going on. There were multiple apartments that were drug houses, and people were just trafficking between them. Her apartment, people moved into the apartment next door to mine. There were squatters that stayed in hers. She would appear here and there, but I think she was mostly staying somewhere else. It went on for months. And I really don't know when she herself actually left. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't take cases seriously when it's someone who's really struggled in their life. Her mother says that she was in contact regularly, even while she was using, and that she hasn't been. That is a change in behavior that is worth noting. It's not normal for her. When it's not normal for the person who's missing, it's worth investigating. Anyway, Navey Skinner is a sweet woman, very friendly, talkative, outgoing. If she's healthy and out there somewhere, she'll be very hard to miss. She will make her presence felt. She is a ball of energy and light, just warm and unmissable. My hope is that she is out there, that she's getting clean somewhere, that she has her cat with her, that she's going to be okay. There are some street rumors that say she's no longer with us, and I know her family is prepared to accept the worst, but I'm still kind of hopeful. The first time I heard a rumor that Navey had died, I asked the people I was with whether they thought it would be drugs or a man. And in unison, everyone said man. There were a number of violent incidents, at least 3 separate men that I knew who were violent, including one who strangled her at one point. I don't know who the JD her mom refers to is. I don't know who she had been seeing recently. The first person I knew who was abusing her is already deceased, so I know it wasn't him. So Navey is a 47-year-old woman who, in my opinion, despite the history of drug use and having that look that users get after a while, she looks a lot younger than 47. Maybe that's her attitude. I don't know. Navey Skinner is a 47-year-old white female missing from North Everett and known to hang out in the Linwood and Everett areas of Snohomish County. She was last seen May 1st, 2024, wearing a white tank top and jeans. She has blonde hair, stands 5'5", and weighs approximately 130 pounds. She is currently unhoused. If you have any information regarding Navey, please call the Everett Police Tip Line, 425-257-8450, and reference Everett Police Case 2024-69987. That's 2024-69987. Please, even if it is a tiny piece of information and you're debating whether it's worth reporting, just report it. Let the police decide if it has value or not. They have an entire puzzle laid out in front of them, and you have no way of knowing how your little piece might fit and how it could bring together other pieces of information and lead to answers. Let them decide. Just call in if you have any relevant information. Try to imagine what it would be like to have a loved one just gone and hear rumors. No people out there on the street know things and aren't coming forward. I can't imagine that kind of pain. Her family is prepared for the worst. They just want answers. Please help them find that. All the gossip and rumors, some of it doesn't make logical sense. And I know overall the theme is not good. But if you know anything that can help get them closer to the truth, please come forward. Stay safe. Listen to your instincts. Let your loved ones know you love them. I would like to say a quick thank you to Kira McQueen at Instagram at MissingInWA, to Crime Christy across all platforms, and especially the wonderful John Lorden, who in just a few minutes pulled together more information than I had uncovered about Navey. And he put together a quick little mini searchlight about her. And I cannot express how much I appreciate that.
So we have someone missing. This is from Chris's neck of the woods. And this is there's only a few things that I could find on this. Of course, you know, I only had a couple minutes, but there's not a whole lot publicized on this at the time. My niece, Navey Skinner, is still missing in Linwood, Washington, last seen on May 1st. She's 47 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes. She's never gone any longer than a week without contact with her mom. None of her friends or daughter has heard from her. Please help my sister find her daughter. If anyone's seen her, please tell her to call her mom or message me. So we do have a little bit of social media spinning up on this. I did also see, I think, a little Facebook post on it as well. LinwoodTimes.com. We've got some information here and a picture of Navey. An Everett woman is urging the public to be on the lookout for her daughter, Navey Skinner. Hope I'm saying that right. Oh, Navey. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Navey Skinner, who's been missing since May 1st, 2024. And I believe, if I saw it correctly, that this is someone that lived near Chris as well. Let's see here. So, yeah, last seen May 1st, known around the Snohomish. Snohomish. Man, that word always gets me. Always. I want to say Homish.
Snohomish.
Well, that's what Google says, but is that right? It is a real case registered with the Everett Police Department. They got a case number here as well. Blue eyes, blonde hair, about 5'7", 135 pounds. Last seen wearing blue jeans and a white tank top near Linwood. Navey's mother, Tina Duran, told the Linwood Times that her daughter has had a history with substance abuse over the years, first starting with methamphetamine, but switching over to fentanyl during the pandemic, when she was forced to give up her child for adoption. Goodness. Thank you, Kira. I don't want anyone to think she's bad, said Duran. She did her time and got clean, but she lost her baby and that really set her off. Duran continued that when her daughter got clean, she would attend NA meetings, Narcotics Anonymous meetings daily, and church once a week. Navey has been living homeless since 2020 after losing her housing. She would visit the free hygiene center in Linwood near Gold Park daily to take a shower, but hasn't been there lately, according to those who frequent the facility. What a great thing to think about. I haven't even thought about facilities like that. I wonder if we've got some of those out here as well. Duran informed the Linwood Times that none of her daughter's friends have seen her for months, including her boyfriend, who still has some of her possessions. She added that Navey would call her weekly on the phone, but she hasn't received a call since May. Navey also missed Mother's Day and Duran's knee surgery. Now, one thing I'm just wondering off the top here is hearing this history that she struggled with narcotics, then got clean, went through losing her daughter. I'm wondering if this is a case of her just kind of falling off the wagon, but admittedly, we're talking several months now. And definitely I can understand why there's concern here and why they're kind of waving the flag for more attention to be brought to this. She would at least call and see how I was doing, but she didn't, said Duran. That's when I knew something was really wrong. Duran has Navey's mail, including her debit card and food stamp card, which she informed the Linwood Times is unlike a drug addict to not come and pick up money if they had access to it. Another very, very good point there. She rarely leaves the Linwood and Everett areas. And speaking to some of Navey's friends, she recently started hanging out with a man named JD, who Duran learned is supposed to be real bad. One of Navey's friends even informed Duran that her daughter's body... What? One of Navey's friends even informed Duran that her daughter's body was found under a bridge in Linwood, but Duran has not been contacted as next of kin by police, nor has she found any evidence of this. What a terrible thing. Someone reached out and said, oh yeah, no, her body's been found under a bridge. And it's not true? I think my daughter's dead, but no body yet, Duran told the Linwood Times. She plans to form a search party. That was on July 28th, beginning at Clark Park. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I did run into just one other case or one other article on this. It's old. This is from back in 2012. And it looks like Navey might have been part of a bank robbery plot as well. She's suspected of entering the Chase Bank branch in Arlington on Friday, December 30th, 2011, and presenting a robbery note that threatened violence if the bank teller did not comply with her demands. Unfortunately, I think this is just something that someone in the throes of addiction might do. And it looks like they got footage of her actually in the bank there. She presented the note. Arlington police responded at the scene at 2:35 within 3 minutes of the 911 call. Shortly after, the suspect fled the area on foot with an undisclosed amount of cash. Police were unable to locate the suspect, but crime scene investigators were able to collect items of evidence that ultimately assisted in identifying the suspect. Witnesses described the suspect. Oh, we already know her description. Man. It just seems like a tough life. And then you try to straighten things out. Doesn't always go according to plan. I really hope it's a case of falling off the wagon or possibly being kind of hurt by that situation in terms of trying to clean up her act, losing her daughter, maybe wanting to move away from the area just to start again somewhere new, something along those lines. But I think her mother is making a really, really good point. You know, I always wonder when you hear a family talk about like, this is not like them. They would never do this. Like, it's one of those phrases that we hear so often. I think the critical thinker in me just can't even take it at face value anymore. Like, I always have this little question mark about, okay, is that statement actually accurate? Because it just seems like something that people hear in missing persons cases. So almost like they just kind of roll it out. But the point about there being some type of financial resources, like her debit card and the food card showing up and her not going to pick it up, certainly a big cause for concern. So, Chris, thank you for sharing that with us. And I don't know, I'm wondering if maybe I should just trim that segment out, release it as its own thing, just to try to raise some more exposure to it. I hope her mother is not right about her being deceased, but there's no way to tell for sure. That information about like who would call that in, who would tell the mother like, oh yeah, no, they found her body, it was under a bridge. Are you kidding me? Oh, Chris, with some more information. She was evicted about a year ago from across the parking lot, but hung out with a guy she was seeing off and on right next door. Haven't seen her since April-ish. Well, I hope that's not the guy that her family thinks is not good for her. I hope. Oh, goodness.
So, thank you, John. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Kira. And thank you, anyone who shares Nevea's picture or information. If you have a missing family member, John Lorden's page is an exceptional resource. I will have the name of it on screen right now. I just know if you Google brain scratch or just John Lorden missing persons tips, it will come up. And it is an absolute exemplary resource. Stay safe, listen to your instincts, and I will be back.